Thank you, Sandhya. I'll just repeat the immediate previous part of it. So warm welcome to all of you once again. This session under the series called BAF Parihara is focused on solid waste management and impact on property tax with the latest announcements. BAF Parihara is a series of sessions that BAF has been organizing over the past many months and a few years actually, which demystifies complex subjects and promotes adoption of newer practices, newer generation sustainable systems. So today's is on a specific topic called the solid waste management impact on property taxes. Some of you are aware, but at the cost of repeating, I will definitely mention this. BAF, Bangalore Apartments Federation, has been in. One second, there's too much noise at my home. Has been in has been functioning since 2013, and right now we are about 300,000 plus homes. That will be about 1.2 million residents and 1.5 million stakeholders across the network. We are distributed. We are organized as the governing council, and then the executive council, and then the entire apartment network. We have about 1,360 apartment complexes, and we are distributed into 30 geographical clusters. One cluster is in which each of you will be present, which will be in close proximity to you. We conduct these sessions at least once a month on an average. Please do find time to join this session. It will help you. It will help your community. Tomorrow we have another session that is on rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharge. If you have not registered, please do register. And we are running a month-long campaign called Aqua Aware, BAF Aqua Aware, on water conservation, water sustenance, water sustainability subjects. With that, I'll hand you back over to Sandhya. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thanks, Arun. Thanks for taking us through what BAF does. And so we begin today with the most talked about topic right now. We have been getting a lot of queries on the property tax issue, especially the SWM cess and user fee and the parking fees as well. So I have, we start off with Mr. Satish Mallya, who will take us through some of the general questions which have come in. Satish?
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody can hear me.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay, so
good morning.
Just set the context, before going into detail on the questions. This is the Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited. Is a company formed by a special passed in the assembly in 2021. So it is incorporated as a utility company like our BESCOM and BWSSB. So they are supposed to do the end-to-end process of the city waste. And apartment communities categorized as bulk waste generator. The definition of bulk generator is either you should be more than 100 units, or you produce more than 100 kilos of waste, or you should be more than 500 square meters of building. So this either of the three will be the criteria to decide you are a bulk generator. So as per 2016 bylaw of BBMP and amended in 2020, it says that you have to do in-house processing of all of your waste as an apartment community who falls into this category. So that is why we are talking today. And this company is formed, as I said, almost 4 years back, 2021. So over a period of time, we work with them. We know what they are supposed to do and what we are supposed to do. And in the context of recent circular and notification and BBMP budget session, we got some notification, and in that context, we want to clarify today. In that context, a lot of questions have come. I think we'll be taking through that questions, Sandhya. And how to go about and questions, you let me know, then we can answer one by one.
Yeah, sure. So Satish, if you can take some of these questions. If we already, there's a query on managing waste in situ. Somebody who's already, managing some 50% of their waste, and they're doing it in phases, and they plan to reach the 100% phase. Why should individual residents still pay SWM tax? I think there is a confusion between the SWM cess and the user fee. If you
Okay,
can just
let me before answering this question, let me tell what is the thought process of government. Okay, see, initially when we discussed with this company or BBMP about 2 years back, they want to collect this fees, user fee through BESCOM before. Later, they now decided that they will take it through the property tax process so that they will get it one time in advance. So if you're talking about the process here, 50% you are managing and 50% you managing, I think that is not the process. Either you should give to the this company fully the waste, or you should process yourself. And the user fee will be charged to your property tax. This is I'm talking about individual house. Suppose you are an apartment which falls under bulk category, then your association going to pay based on the tariff what they have provided. Then the individual house or individual flats you need to pay in the property tax. There's a confusion now because in the software they are not done this updation. Because of that, we met the Special Commissioner Finance and CEO of this company this week. So he assured us that this changes will be brought in, and if we select, we are the bulk generation of waste, individual property, it won't come. This user fee won't come into individual property tax.
okay.
The question?
Yeah. So this answers the question where BSWML is managing the waste. What about the associations which are not, giving their waste to BSWML and to other vendors? First of all, how many authorized processors are there? And if the authorized processors are there, like Hasirudala, etc., and if people give their waste to this one, still do they have to pay the user fee?
Yes, sir. As a user fee, the concept is there in the Government of India notification. So use for everybody across India in coming years. Okay, Bangalore started a separate company, so use end-to-end waste. They pick up the waste and they will transport it, and they'll process in a processing factory or waste to energy plant. Regarding the private players, there is no empanel vendors now. Nobody is there to pick up waste. Only those who can have a capacity to process the waste will be only considered. For which I think at present only 2 vendors are available, and going forward more vendors they will approve. So you are free to give to anybody other than this company also if it is approved waste processes. So there is no concept of empanel vendors now. There is only approved waste processors. So they should have some factory to process this waste. And based on the capacity of the plant, they will be given some territory to process individual residents or apartments waste.
Yeah. So the third is, this is a common a question which keeps coming up with all apartment residents I've heard over the years, is the price parity between individual houses and apartment residents. Because these property taxes include the civic amenities, shouldn't SWM services be uniformly applied to all?
Yeah, it's a good question. We asked this to the officials. See, there's a slab they kept based on some square feet of individual residence, 600 square feet, 1,000 square feet like that. So individual fees for a user fee for processing will be charged for individual house. But when it comes to bulk generator of waste, it's a separate charges. Either it is 12 rupees for all the waste, or 3 rupees if you are doing the wet waste in house. So only 3 rupees you have to pay if you are doing wet waste in house, and balance dry waste they will take you for 3 rupees. But if you are not able to process any waste inside thing, they will charge you 12 rupees.
So again, I think this was answered, but still, can an apartment opt out of SWM fees if it already uses BBMP and panel vendors and manages its waste internally? So,
see, the concept of panel vendor is not there last 3-4 years, but we continue to engage them because there is no system in place. Because 2021 this company is formed, and that time onwards the empanel vendor scheme is stopped. So there is no empanel vendor from since 2021. Okay, but we continue to give whomever we are giving. Still, we can continue to give till the company comes forward and make the process regular process. But at present, there is no empanel vendors for processing any waste.
so would that mean there will be a change in the current contractor if BBMP or BSWML takes over the services?
Yes.
Because not
Yes.
all, yeah.
Yes. So there is reason this company, Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited, going to appoint only the vehicle to transport from one point to other point, either from the bulk users premises to their waste to energy plant. So that arrangement they'll call for a tender to proceed. Otherwise, we are going to pay to this company every month part of the charges what they arrived at, and they are going to provide us services. We don't have anybody middleman. No empanel vendors.
Okay, so going forward, do you think, does BSWML have the capacity to manage all the waste, including bulk waste, as in 100 kilos and more? And will they nominate a vendor for a dedicated vendor for each of the areas? Any idea how it works?
So this is work in progress. I think it will take time. There's reason my request to our community, apartment community, till you get a clear this thing mandate from the local AGM of this company. I think they appointed about 27 AGMs to manage across the city. They will manage each division so it consists of maybe 2-3 wards, one AGM. So that person is going to visit your apartment and decide whether he can pick up the waste. Till that time, you continue to give to the existing system. That is the best option at present. But once it is streamlined, I think this company is mandated to pick up all the waste across the city and streamline the process.
So that AGM will then be responsible for escalation and matrix, etc.
Yeah.
So if there are any
So
issues,
he or she, as a assistant general manager for that division of this company, is responsible for end to end. See any service issues, service delivery issue, pickup, rate contracts, or day to day schedule. See, they are also planning to do for 24/7 pickup. Need not be from morning 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock is the practice followed. So a lot of things going to change because see, since it's a separate company like BESCOM and BWSSB, they have their own way to arrive at how efficiently they can pick up this waste and reduce garbage in the city.
So yeah, the last one is can all apartments, even non-members, jointly file a writ petition in the High Court against the wet waste cess? Earlier, government had mandated in-house composting, which still continues, especially for bulk generators or bulk waste generators. And many people have invested heavily. Now, despite having composting units, user fee of 3 rupees is being added. So
See, this is a good question, but writ petition is a long way to go. See, what is the issue we should know first? Okay. See, now government says that, or bylaw says that you have to do institute processing. So what you can do in-house is only wet waste. What about the dry waste? See, dry waste become huge compared to 5 years back because of online purchase, that type of activities, right? The carton box is coming more than before 5 years back. So the dry waste is huge. There's reason they said, okay, at least we'll take up the dry waste from you for charging you 3 rupees per kilo. But you want to continue that also in house? I think they are open. I don't think they will stop you, because end of the day, they want us to produce less waste. So that is a concept, correct now? Because if apartments start producing less waste, the less waste will go out and more will process in house. So I don't think they'll have any problem. You do 100% in house. Only thing that will be a case to case basis, because just process just started. Okay, so going back to the cess, see, there are two things in the property tax. There is a solid waste management cess, which is there for long. It is 360 rupees per year we used to pay. That is for cleaning and garbage cleaning of the city. Every house owner is paying. So that is there applicable to your flat also. Now I think that is increased to 360 to 600 rupees. So that continued to be there, because that is not only for each flat, it is for entire city, each houses, 360 and 600 rupees they are charging, depending again based on the square feet. So that will continue, because that is not for your house or your apartment. But user fee for solid waste management, based on your waste generation, they're going to charge you. For individual house, it is through property tax. For the apartment, you don't pay that individually. Will be your association will be paying collectively.
May I ask a question, please?
we'll take the questions in the last, please. Please
Right.
put it in the chat box. Yeah, thank you. Because we have a lot of things to cover. So next, thank you, Satish. Next, we have a bunch of questions on the fee structure itself. If I could request Ramesh to answer these. So,
Yeah.
Ramesh, yes. Satish has talked about it, but still there's a lot of confusion on the fee structure, etc. And yes, as I remember, since 2018, I think we've been fighting this. Why are we, called bulk generators? While the individual houses also, if we are basically a bunch of houses which are, structured or aligned on one on top of each other or in a row kind of thing. So what is the difference between individual houses and this one? Why should we pay more? What is why should apartment in flats pay more than this one? What is the impact? So can you just take us through the fee structure?
Morning to everyone. The basic problem which has happened is that over a period of time, it has been easy to insist on more facilities to be put inside an apartment, etc., or look at things like sewage treatment plant, wastewater treatment plants, and also composting of waste. Now, it is not possible for each house to do it separately, and the government also, in all fairness, we must recognize, does not have facilities, or what was set up was only a landfill. Now we are talking of total recycling, power from waste, etc. So, in line with this, the tariffs which are there may sound a little different from what is put on an individual house, because they're also recognizing the fact that they cannot ask those people to retrospectively do something, and there may be no space between, say, 15 houses to set up even a common facility. Whereas in apartments, there is a little bit of a scope, maybe at least in 30-40% of the apartments may not be true for each and every apartment. So this categorization or inclusion of vertically stacked apartments in bulk generator, I think it is an agreed phenomenon. Now it is too late to go back. Does that answer to a large extent how we are classified? Once you're classified as a bulk generator, you come along with hospitals, with hotels, and with industries who are all classified, or it could even be a cloud kitchen, for example. Yes, intrinsically, we're still similar like individual flat. Does that answer the question on categorization, please?
That's right. So that, because
And if
there
you
is a parity, there is no parity on fees. One is the moment the categorization comes into place and fees becomes,
leviable, yes, because what happens is they are classifying people as bulk generators based on the fact there are more than 100 flats together and vertically stacked, or they generate 100 kgs of waste collectively per day, or it is 5,000 meters of built up area which is being taken into account. If you fall in any of these buckets, you are classified as a bulk generator.
the there is this confusion as to, since solid waste in an apartment is managed by the association,
Yes.
but individuals are also being charged this time around. So
Yes.
there is a confusion as to who should pay it. Should we pay, the association be paying it, or individuals also pay it? How does it work?
Let me put it this way. First thing which is there is they have defined these charges as payable on payment basis, that is per kg basis. Bangalore solid waste management officials, when we met, they said currently they have not still thought about how should weight be measured. That means, do they bring a weighing scale, or are they, as a bulk generator, asked to keep a in-house weighing scale? This is yet to be decided. Currently, they are working on estimates, and what they talk of is that they expect every flat to generate 1 kg of waste per day, which is there. And this 1 kg of waste which is there, they tend to multiply by 30, and they give a little bit of a vacancy allowance of 15-20%. And that is multiplied by 30 to arrive at a rate to be paid by the association as a user fee. Now, this fee, if you are paying, the question comes, how do you avoid payment of the additional solid waste management user fee which is coming through property tax? The government says it will recognize you as a bulk part of a bulk generator and give you a tick box in property tax online, so that once you tick it, this cess will not kick in, but that information is handed back to Bangalore Solid Waste Management to check up whether you are really doing your solid waste management in-house or not, and then they will approve it. Now, what is it they expect? They expect you to at least shred and compost your wet waste. If you do that, they pick up the entire dry waste without questions, even large pieces of tree branches, etc. All are collected by them. Who does it? Who manages it? It is basically the marshals who come to your complex, who will interact with your estate manager and say, we will pick up. And you need to firm up on the monthly charges. The good news is there is no cash payment. You're paying by uh, Google Pay or by check or DD directly to BBMP, and they issue a receipt and leave as of now.
So, is there a process to get exemption to declare as bulk waste generator in property tax?
The only thing is the checkbox has to kick in by change in the online property tax payment system, which is applicable for each individual. And once you click on that box, it would not ask you to pay the additional per square foot based user fee, solid based user fee. That is how they're talking of the system as of now. And hopefully, if someone has already paid his property tax, he'll be allowed to file a revised return and claim the benefit of the fact that his association has paid directly the monthly user fee or is being treated as a bulk user. This still leaves one more residual clause. So far, the apartment has not been classified as a bulk generator and they are actually falling in that category. Then, if you claim it, then you need to work out with Bangalore Solid Waste Management and assure them that henceforth you will give the waste to them. Or if you are treating all your bulk waste yourself and you have sorted it out, zero waste is going out, and you are doing your wet waste processing properly, the exemption should still continue to hold good. But it all subject to inspection and acceptance by Bangalore Solid Waste Management.
So does that mean only for associations which are being serviced by BSWML, or will it apply to other vendors as well?
See, this is purely a gray area where I am putting my neck forward and saying, if you are not generating waste, that is, wet waste is being composted internally by yourself or by your vendor, and dry waste also is picked up. If you're not contributing waste, they should treat you as a zero waste, provided the vendors who are handling are approved or accepted by Bangalore Solid Waste Management. It can't be that somebody picks it up and dumps it somewhere in one corner. That may not work. It has to be somebody who is doing a proper processing of the waste.
Thank you, Ramesh. I think that sort of answers most of the questions which have been asked on the fee structure. So we go to the next.
Sure.
Do you have anything else to add, Ramesh?
Let me just see what are the final points you have put. What are the requirements for in situ composting for apartments to get?
Sorry, whatever questions are there, if user questions, we'll take it in the last piece.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the next
Yes.
segment, which is a composting and waste collection. Valli aunty, if you could answer some of these. What are the requirements for in situ composting for apartments to get BSWML services?
See, in situ composting will, I hope everyone can hear me.
Yeah, sure.
So in situ composting will actually, the type of composter you use will depend on your apartment size and your, how much of waste you generate and the space you have. Nowadays, you do have a lot of composters in the market. If you want to have a look at the existing composters, which whichever is suiting your budget, I would advise you to visit the Swachha Kalikendra, composting Kalikendra in HSR. They have working composters there and people to guide you also. You can go through that. Now, other requirements will be all your apartments should be segregating waste into wet waste, dry waste, and reject waste, which will contain all the sanitary and other things, and then e-waste separately, and you should have a place for your CD, that is compost, construction debris. That so your waste should be absolutely 100% segregated. You should not be mixing waste at all. And there is a lot of guidance about how to segregate. You can go to the website two bin one bag, where they give you proper segregation techniques. If you want home composting, some of your flats may want to do home composting. You can go to swachhagraha.in. That website is giving you how to do home composting. Regarding the composter working, you can go to this Kendra in HSR, where you will get a rough idea. And then, in as an MC in an apartment, you should have a central place where your garbage is collected in segregated say bins. Now, after this, you have to look for someone who will pick up your waste. Now, according to the new rules, BSWML is as Satish has explained, that's preparing itself to lift the waste from everyone. Now, for apartments, if you want BSWML to lift, please get in touch with your jurisdiction AGM of BSWML, Actually, at present, we are having 8 per, that is 1 per zone. Now, very soon, we will have 27. Now, the list is not out yet. So, as soon as we get the list, we will also put it in all the BAF clusters so that you can get in touch with them. At present, please keep doing what you do. That is the thing.
So, can non-composting apartments also sign up with BSWM pickups?
Yes.
Yes, you can sign up. You can approach your area AGM, but you will have to pay if you are giving all your waste, wet waste, dry waste, and all the sanitary waste together to them. They will be charging 12 rupees per kg. Now, regarding this 12 rupees per kg, BAF is also taking up. We also feel that the fees is too high. Now, as you may have seen in the papers, hotels are also up in arm. Their charges very really very high. So we are looking to collaborating with them also to take up this challenge. Yes.
Are there any preferred vendors for dry, wet waste? I mean, for each category of waste?
What like Satish told you, there is no vendor anymore now. It is a person or an organization that has facilities for composting. They only will be taking up privately. Others, they need to tie up with BSWML.
Is there a recommendation on bio waste crushers or composters? And
This I already told you. You can have a look at the Kalikendra. I think we can take up the questions, whatever has come in the chat.
Yeah, I'll take it up.
Oh, you want to take up the parking or then after that to go? Oh, and another one regarding the SWM sys being seen, the user fees being seen in the application, online application, property tax application. I mean, Revenue Department confirmed that within a week they will be working on taking that off for bulk generators. That is what information we got. So we can see some change in a week. But I'm hoping they do it within a week. Anyway, we can always ask for an extension of the 5% because it is it is they that goofed up all this. So we should be asking for an extension for the 5% also. And regarding payback of the whatever, money paid, I think individuals have paid it. Once your apartment confirms that it is giving to a say a BWSM, SWML or a private processor, then you can individually write the letters, give to your association, and pass it on to the revenue department, and they will consider this payback. I think that's the way we should do it. Yeah. Yes, first.
So there are a couple of questions. I think most of it has been answered. Yeah, somebody asked MSTP about MSTP and who are the authorized waste processors. Yes, the commissioner has mentioned two authorized waste processors. We will not be, we are not sure who those are as of now. We are waiting for an official confirmation. It should come in the next couple of days, so we'll have to wait, unfortunately.
It will be published in the website.
Yeah. So that was one of our asks in terms of because vendor cartelization is one thing which impacts most of us. So we have taken this up. We're just waiting for them to respond. We have given our representation on most of the questions which have come in. Okay, just want to know, please consider that's cycling. most of the
Yes,
okay, then let's take one or two.
Sandhya, there are a lot of questions in the chat
Yeah,
box.
yeah, I'm going through them. Most of them are, similar questions, whether in terms of the tax, user fee, or authorization. We have two people who have put up their hands, Archana Prasad and Kalidas. Archana, can I ask you to unmute yourself and ask?
Yeah, hi. I know Valli for a really, really long time. We're part of the old garbage gang. I'm actually from Adarsh Street, and we've had Hasirudala, which used to be Hasirudala NGO in 2012. And now we have Hasirudala Innovations as our vendor. And as you mentioned, that BSWML doesn't have any authorized vendors as of now. They do not have anything ready as yet, but they have already charged us a user fee. Basically, an SWM user fee is for the service that they are providing. Right now, BSWML is not providing any service to our community. Hasirudala Innovations is providing that service. We are paying a user fee to Hasirudala Innovations. You also said for individual flats where we pay the user fee, we can click on that little checkbox saying that yes, we have we are a bulk generator, so we were not going to. Now the question is, what if this little checkbox doesn't come out before the deadline of April 30th? We need to pay our tax, property tax before April 30th. What happens if that checkbox doesn't come out?
Can I answer that question? See, the first thing, please note, if April is set as the deadline, it is for payment with the 5% discount which they give annually. But you actually can pay anytime, and you can even pay half the tax and split it into two installments. There are various such facilities already in
Yeah, you
place.
didn't go online. It's a very important one for your.
So what
Please,
you would recommend is not pay that user fee at all?
I'm not saying don't pay the user fee. All I'm saying is please wait for the clarification to come. If you're in a hurry to do something, pay only in two installments.
Okay.
Pay first 6 months and pay later the second 6 months. By then, I'm sure they would have sorted it out. They can't charge you on both sides as an individual flat owner as well as the association for the same amount of waste.
Okay. Okay.
If I can add to that, given the past history, we have seen during that pending issues and zonal classification, reclassification, etc., all the mess, the government did, extend the 5% period to another month, which might happen in this case as well, because they are trying to sort out, a lot of issues. So let's wait and see.
So is that something as BAF we could push for? Because I'm
We
sure a lot
are
of
pushing, yes. We
universities.
have already made a representation on
Archana,
all these questions. Yes, we are just waiting for this one from both in terms of BSWML and the software part of it with Mr. Munish Mukil as well. So we are in touch.
So what is it that I can go back and tell the residents of my community to hold off?
Yes, please.
yeah, you
Please.
can, Archana, you can tell them to hold on because we have confirmation from Revenue Department that this button may happen within a week. I mean, I can't promise, but that is what it is. Okay, so you can tell your residents to hold on.
Okay. And you said
And
that,
like it is said, I don't think they'll put any penalty clause because it is their mistake that they didn't look into this.
right.
And if they do any penalty from BAF, we should take up. We'll be taking up.
So
Can I add one
Last
more
year
thing?
also, the rebate was there up to June, so they keep on extending it. So I don't see any problem this year also.
okay.
Yeah, every year they keep extending. So
And for the
that's
rest
not a
already paid
If
their
you
tax, what is it that we should do for them?
See,
Yeah,
I think you
you
can
have-
Already
file a
paid.
revised return.
As
You
Ramesh
can-
had already mentioned, I think we'll have to wait for more clarification, or if they allow, apply again for a date. Let's see how they will work it out. We are
Right.
not very clear on that part as yet. I mean, we are just giving the information what we have got at this point of time. I don't think even the government has sort of thought through it. So let's wait and see. So
Right.
let us,
Thing just to iterate before I hang up here. Again, so the SWM user fee is for a service, unlike the SWM cess that was for the common areas. This is for a particular utility.
yeah.
If BSWM
That
is
is,
not department, they should not be charging a user fee. And if they are saying that yes, there will be no more empaneled vendors, then they need to make sure that we have an empaneled vendor. Right now, our collection is happening very smoothly because of Hasirudala innovations. All our wet waste is actually going to a biogas facility. So no, we are not doing in situ composting. We are composting our garden waste, but not our wet waste. We are a huge community. We cannot do that. We do not have the space. But Hasirudala Innovations is taking it to a biogas facility, which BBMP should be actually very thrilled about.
Ma'am, in
Archana,
the opening
see,
remarks, I
regarding-
already told you, you continue to engage the service of whoever you are doing it till this Bangalore Solid Waste Management Company comes to you. Okay.
Yes.
As
And
soon as your individual
Then-
owners tick mark that box, telling that he's part of a bigger community, definitely the officials from this company is going to visit us. They're going to evaluate it, whether they have a facility to take this waste or not. Either they can say, okay, you continue to do with this company, which is approved, or they'll say, no, you give to us. So I think you wait for that. You continue to do what you are doing now.
yes, okay, got it. Thank you.
Can we take the next one?
Yeah. Next, Mr. Ramakrishnan.
Good morning to all of you. The Ramakrishnan from One Bangalore West, and one is I have a question. The basic thing is the something like this thermocol and the e-waste and all. No, when you talk about this KSWML, will they collect those things? And the second one is a request. By chance, in this 10-11 days, there are many residents who have paid the huge property tax, and request PIF to write a letter to them to say that to adjust in the future tax payments, or if possible to refund it.
Yeah. On that, on the second question, yes, we have already made a representation which includes this, asking for clarity on those people who have paid their um, property tax already. So we are waiting for a response from them. As to thermocol and all streams of waste, yes, BSWML will take it up, or they will provide vendors who can do it.
Okay. And one more question which was missed, which I have listed already, is that hope they have a good mechanism to weigh exactly how much of kgs is taken. Otherwise, there is no miscommunication happening between the estate manager and the vendor.
I will let Ramesh or Satish answer this.
I will answer this. Please note, as I said in my opening remarks, they do not have any system of weighment, and we have represented to them. Moment you use kg, you fall under the Metrology Act and Weights and Measures Act, etc. They will work on this and advise us, and either they will bring the scales or they may ask some of the bulk generators to have approved scales. These have to be worked out. As of now, it works on the pure Russell market technology of Andaz.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Mr. Sritej.
Hi, ma'am. You people explained about the option to take and not to pay the the new user fee. So is it like we can click and then go ahead, or is it like some other approval process will be there even if you click? Because I read in some of the articles saying that you can't just click it. They will visit and give you the approval. Then only it's available. Is it the case, or it's like anyone can just click it and proceed?
Right now, yes, there will be a provision. They are going to provide a checkbox where once you declare you're a bulk waste generator, or then they will uh, probably give you a reduction, but that will be obviously after verification. As of as of now, this is
Sritish,
the process. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sritish, they will be coming for verification. Only after that, they will exempt you from that, what is it, user fee. If they
So
find that you
it's
are
like,
not, you are not following what is meant for bulk generators, they may ask you whether you want to
okay,
take up
okay.
BSWML. So if you take up, if you are not composting, they will take your waste for 12 rupees. So they will come for verification.
So we can click and pay the remaining charges,
Yeah, you can,
reducing 1200,
yeah, yeah.
and then
You can
if they
click.
receive,
I would
if they reject
recommend.
us, then we have to pay 1200
I
again. That's, is that the
again,
case?
I would recommend waiting for a few days. The moment we get more clarity, we'll send out an advisory. Because at this point
Okay,
of
ma'am. Thank
time,
you.
we are assuming this is the way it is going to be. There may be changes, so I would recommend let's wait. Thank you, Mr. Suresh Pai.
Yeah, I have just two questions. One is whether BAF has made any comparison of property tax amongst the southern cities. Say, for example, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. So, if you make a comparison, I think Bangalore will be the highest, I can tell you, with no facilities. This is number one. Number two, after this new corporation started, the sweeping of the roads, cleaning of the roads has completely stopped in many areas, and garbages are strewn all over the place. It is not like Bangalore earlier. So these are the issues which they have to address. If you go to any place in Bangalore, it is not clean today. And the moment you go to the ward, they say it is not coming under our control. It is coming under separate corporation. So we are not getting any address. If you talk to anybody, they will give 10 different telephone numbers, ask them to contact them. Nothing is happening on this. So these are the two issues which I wanted to raise. Thank you.
Satish, would you like to respond to this?
Yeah, see, each corporation have its own mechanism to handle the tariff. Right? So we cannot go back to them saying that this property tax is high or low. But definitely we are represented regarding the user fee. User fee 12 rupees we felt is high, and we have made representation. I think subsequent days meeting will happen on this. And the same issue is raised by the hotel association at Valli ma'am told. So 12 rupees we are going to work, but the logic what government says that they don't want to process it. You want your apartment to process it. Why you want to give to us for 12 rupees? So that may be a incentivized for us, because what we are suggested to them saying that if you are charging 12 rupees, why we should segregate waste in the apartment? We can give no, all the waste for 12 rupees because you are not telling me to segregate. So this will be a incentive for apartment community. So I think they will reduce it. Let us wait for the next meeting to happen. But regarding the what do you call the
Services which
yeah, solid waste management cess is collected for sweeping of the roads and cleaning of the roads and the street of the thing. And there is a confusion, last 2 months, who will pick up the waste, because the company is taken over the setup from the BBMP in January. So from January, this issue is there. Sweeping of the road is not happening because the BBMP job is only to clean the road, but picking up and transportation of the waste is the priority of this company. So there's a gap there, and I think over a period of time it will be settled. But definitely there is a issue because of this two people into place now, because BBMP is there is no solid waste management cell there. So company is going to take over this, but they have only the sanitation team, which is only cleaning the street and the making the thing. So there is a gap. And I think over a period of time, I think it will be settled.
Yeah, this is a transitionary period. Just to add to
Just one clarification. In my working, this car parking is not added. Whereas
yeah,
1,200
we'll take
of
that up. We'll take that
We'll
up.
take it up. We'll take it up later, please.
Yeah,
Sandhya, can I add something to
yeah,
this?
sure.
See, previously we had junior health inspectors who were responsible for both the road sweeping and the garbage collection. Now, since BSWML has taken over, they have these marshals who are now in charge of waste collection and monitoring the tippers and the bulk generators. So it is a transition period. Marshals do not have the training, and I understand that they all undergone training, and still they adjust to their mode of work. I think we will see some disruptions in route sweeping and all that. And number two, the junior health inspector is now not responsible for the garbage, but he is responsible for all the road sweeping. So that is why they are taking this is that BBMP, SWM cess we pay that goes for the road sweeping. One more thing is they were employing machine sweepers. Now they were not paid properly, so they are off the roads. So we have to actually question BBMP on all these things. So I think a lot of, activists have been taking up all this. We should see an improvement in the coming days.
Now, Mr. Sanjay, if you would like to ask this is the last question. After that, we'll take the property tax.
Thank you.
Parking tax. Yeah.
Yeah, I have got two questions. One is whether this medical and dry waste are considered. And second question is, who are the best vendors for in situ composition and composting, sorry, and whether is it worth installing the machines, or it is better to pay at 12 rupees?
That you have to decide, sir.
So
That you have to work out and decide.
Okay.
As a bulk waste generator, as Satish started off, he mentioned that you're supposed to do in situ composting.
Okay.
If you're unable to do for whatever reason, only then give it outside.
Okay. So, is there any good recommended machines or agencies where we can approach?
We will have to wait for the authorized, processors because right. Of course, you can, as Valli auntie said, you can go to Kalika Kendra and take a look. They have a lot of options over there. All kinds of waste composters are there, so you can take a pick. See which.
What about
Sanjay? Just
One
want
tip,
to comment.
sir. Please don't go for any composter which is recommending it can turn your waste into compost in 24 hours. No, because they will be only incinerating. Please choose one that is environment friendly.
Okay.
Sandhya will come in. See, there are two things, Sanjay.
Okay.
One is the processing of your waste. So the BBMP says that we appointed a separate company to handle it, which is Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited. Like that, also a lot of entrepreneurs or a lot of players can come in, but they should have a facility to process its waste in some industrial area. Maybe Asirudala will have, or somebody else will have tomorrow. Correct? So they also can take it, but that those people will be given authorized approval from the BBMP saying that they are the waste processors. So there's no more vendors now. Regarding your institute in-house processing, there are approved vendor by the Pollution Control Board. See, Pollution Control Board have a system to approve this processors for your in-house. So that you can get list from the Pollution Control Board website, and you can buy equipment and install it for your wet waste.
Okay.
But the question remains the dry waste. So that's the reason they are telling for dry waste, you pay 3 rupees and they will pick up your dry waste.
What about medical waste?
Yeah, medical waste also they will take it. All
So
the dry waste.
Okay,
all the dry waste.
medical and dry waste would once again be under 3 rupees. And solid waste, we should approach KSPCB for the approved vendors, correct?
Yeah, for the wet waste processing plant you want to install.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to the next segment, which is the parking tax clarification. Valli aunty, if you can take this up. So,
Yeah.
there
So
are
we have basement parking. Should
yes.
residents still pay individual parking tax? It will depend. See, as per BBMP Revenue Department, apartments should pay on super built up area. You have to check whether your basement parking is included in super built up area. In that way, you need not pay individual parking. If you are paying on built up area only, then you will be paying the parking.
No,
If there is no change in zonal tax, why is parking tax calculation changing? See, that was only a draft. What was circulated, it is a draft asking for recommendations. We have to see what they are deciding and then raise any objections to that. I don't think it is included in this year's thing. So, should residents wait to pay property tax until there is clarity on SWM and parking charges? I mean, they have not touched, only SWM user fees that we already clarified. What apartment association must do if they are not getting support from BBMP or ARO? Regarding what, sir? Whoever wrote this question, regarding what?
it depends on what exactly you're looking at clarification. You can
It's
take it
not
up there.
specified.
Yeah.
I need to know what they are not getting support. Okay, we'll leave that. If anyone wrote that question is here, I can answer. What is the cutoff date or advisory from BBMP on paying these charges for 24-25? There is no cutoff date and all. Actually, April 31st, up to April 31st, they give 5% discount, but mostly they may extend this due to the various problems persisting.
I just want to
Deadline
comment
to
here.
claim this already done. Number 7, what are the additional charges that are going to be incurred by association? What's the workaround that benefits apartment in the long run to save on these charges? The best thing will be to reduce your garbage generation. Yes.
Sandhya, I just want to come in, clarify the deadlines. See, I don't know why people are panic. Every year there's a rebate coming for 1 month, then they'll keep on extending to 2 months, 3 months. But especially this year, a lot of things, there is a change. Like April 5th is the last date objection and suggestion for on property tax. Okay, so the 5 days already lost there, and I don't know why everybody's start paying property tax before this 5th. So 5th window was there for everybody to clarify and give suggestion. So 5th onwards only this is started. Then we realized that there's a issue on the solid waste management, user charge window. So again extended. So I think a lot of time is extended now. I think there is a scope for increase extending the deadlines, which will take it up with the BBMP.
If I may answer, the last question was on how do we reduce the cost. As Valli aunty said, you can go in for composting. Just to give a sort of a data point, you generate around 700 grams. Thank you.
I have one question.
Just let me complete, please. Thank you. So we generate around 700 grams of wet waste per household. So that sort of works around what, 60% or something of our waste. So if we can do that composting in-house, that itself will give you a big, reduction in your waste user fee or whatever. So yeah, Mr. Ankit, you had your hand up. Can you unmute yourself? And anyone who has a question, please wait for your turn and put up your hand, and then we'll let you ask the question. Thank you. Anyone? Please raise your hand if you want to ask.
Swaminathan is asking.
Yeah, because I am on a phone, my internet is not working.
Okay.
I can't put up the hands on the WhatsApp.
Yeah,
See
sure.
now, Satiji, your all the clarification on wet waste and composting and everything relating to the garbage matter is very clear. Padmanabhan, Valli, madam, and Satiji, wonderful. We have a lot of clarity on this. But the parking tax, as I mentioned, the old sale deeds and all that contain an SBA, which includes the parking in the basement as part of the total SBA, and therefore it's already included. But the recent ones there, the RERA after RERA, they have started bifurcating this because they only give the built-up area is the charge for this one, and the cost of the parking is included in the per unit per square feet rate. Therefore, it doesn't get included in the SBA. Now, for the older units, how will the BBMP distinguish between these two? So we will be double taxed. Those who are already having the parking area already included in the SBA will have a double tax in regard to the property tax on the parking area.
I'll answer it because the same question I asked Tushar other day, and Tushar
Yes.
is very clear. And later, I think Valli ma'am also reached out to Munish. See,
Yes.
apartment point of view, please go by super build-up area only. Forget about your sale date. Forget about anything. Because if you're not paying the super build-up area concept, tomorrow the department or BBMP will come up asking you give separate tax for your clubhouse, separate tax for something, swimming pool, all this will come into picture. Suppose you pay a super build-up area and by all the residents, entire your community tax is taken care, including your public, including your parking lot. So
Correct.
Tushar only told me, why you are breaking your head? He asked me the same thing. Why you are breaking your head? All these you are paying by super build-up area. You continue to pay it, and please ignore the parking space charge.
Yeah, you show it as 0. That's all.
Because this, anyway, adding and deleting is possible, editable it is. So and those who are paying only with build-up all these years, please come back to super build-up area concept.
Correct. But those who are already putting SBA, additionally, they don't need to pay the tax, right?
Right.
SBA means the full thing. See, SBA may also mean, sorry. SBA is super built up area. No, if you are showing super built up area, that means the whole thing is included, right? So you don't have
Including
to
the
show
common
your
area and the parking is included in the SBA already.
everything is included. So if the BBMP comes and questions you, you could just tell them, I have declared like this, show your sale date, and prove yourself. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a practical solution to this. But
Yes.
definitely, I agree with you. There can be issues like clubhouse and pool and all those tax, all those nonsense can start up if you start questioning things when there is a small
If
amount involved.
you,
And especially the amount
yes.
is not large. It's only about 600 rupees or so. I suppose
Yeah,
that should be okay for us and go ahead with it. Yeah. Practical point of view. Thank you.
So you go with the super
Because
built-up area by individual, all the flat owners, and don't consider parking lot separately, and that will solve your problem. And this is clarified by your Yelanga Deputy Commissioner Revenue also. And Yelanga, I don't think there is a problem. Majority of the people are going by the super built-up concept only.
Yeah.
also, I think all of you will remember last year there was a notice from BBMP charging separately your built-up area, separately your common area, separately your clubhouse, separately your land. And then we did, from BAF, we did raise an objection to all this. And then after that, they stopped.
Yes.
They didn't even talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. That will be very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, next, anyone?
Can this point, super built up area for apartments be included in the SAS form? That's a query from Anil Kumar.
The SAS form says the build-up area. There is a nomenclature they put it. Don't worry about it. There you put the super build-up area measurement there, and you arrive at your property tax.
So my
Also,
question is,
yeah, we are also approached the IT department to change it to super build-up area.
okay, my question is, some apartment owners may interpret differently, right? Because it says only built-up area. So some people pay, they just show lower
It
area.
is up to them. No, see, property tax is individual. Individual should fill correctly. That's all.
That's a self-assessment tax. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying if we want to get benefit of the parking exemption and so on, the point that Valli ma'am you earlier made that since if everyone is paying according to super built up area, that is already automatically covered. I think Satish, you covered that.
Yes, regarding this, someone has asked, can this point super built up area for apartments be included in CES? Yes, I have raised it to Revenue Commission.
Yeah, that will make it very clear. Yeah, thanks.
there are no other questions.
I have a question which actually on the solid waste management fee. So I actually joined the meeting a little late, so maybe this is already addressed, but I would like to ask that again. So I have a little confusion there. So we have in situ composting, but it's only 50% of it. I mean, we've covered only 50% of the apartments. So how would the fee be handled in that case?
Can I answer?
Yes.
Sandhya, can I answer?
Yeah, please.
See, if you are processing only 50%, then 50% wet waste you will have to give out, no? So you will please have a talk with the area AGM of BSWML, how she is going to bill you. It will depend on whether you are going to tie up with a private processor or BSWML. They will be charging you like that. Okay.
No, but the measurement is clear, no? It's a 50% or 100%. The wet waste,
whatever it
what
is.
I understand, Vaishnavi, it is 50% you're going to process. Suppose you have 100 kilos, you are processing only 50 kilos, correct? 50 kilo, then you have to go out somewhere. So 50 kilo will be added to your dry waste, and the dry waste plus this 50% of the wet waste will be the total weight of your waste going out, which they will charge you by 12 rupees.
Okay. Okay. So, but then I thought if it's only the dry waste, it's 3 rupees per kg, right?
Can I answer?
No, it is like this, ma. Suppose you are processing total 100% wet waste in your apartment. The rest of the waste, that is your dry waste, your sanitary waste, and whatever garden waste, anything, they will take at 3 rupees per kg. Okay. Now you are saying you are processing only 50% wet waste. So 50% wet waste is there, like Satish said, that 50% wet waste will be added to whatever dry waste, garden waste, anything. They will all be added together. The whole waste will be taken for 12 rupees if you are tying up with the BSWML. Okay. You can also tie up with the wet waste processor. A person who, a private processor who has processing, wet waste processing facilities and also dry waste recycling facilities. You can ask, you can compare the charges, see which is cheaper for you and do.
Okay. So that list will also be provided by BSWML, is it?
Yeah. End of the day, Bangalore Solid Waste Management Company don't want to process more waste. They want to reduce the waste processing from them. So they would like to do 100%.
Okay. So the list of vendors to whom we can,
There is
waste
no
processors.
vendor. There is no vendor anymore, ma. It will be only processors Those who processes, yes, we will be asking them. They have to release it yet. At present, I think only 2 or 3 processes are there who
Okay.
are, doing the wet waste composting and who are given the okay by BSWML. In
Okay.
future also, it will be there because they are thinking about, say, this gas plant and all that. So if any person is starting that, they will also need wet waste. So they may tie up with BSWML and you may be able to give to them. So like that, it is an ongoing process. They have just started. They're getting
Okay.
things into place. So just wait for whatever. And at present, whatever you are doing, you please continue to do.
Okay. And is there a deadline kind of like when we have
No
to,
deadline. No
starts or
deadline is
okay.
given.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for answering my questions.
Thank you. Next, Mr. Ankit.
Yes, so my primary question is, as an association, what message we should pass to a resident? Do they select the bulk generator if we are doing in-house or sending out anyway? Do they select? And
What?
as we spoke, we should be the charges should be in either association or the resident. It cannot be at both the sides. So
See,
No,
if
no.
we are
there are three criteria. There are three criteria. One is 100 units and above, 100 kilos per day, or 5,000 square meters. Either of things, you fall into it, you are bulk generator of waste. Okay. So there's no point you telling whether you do or not do. If you're not doing, they will charge you 12 rupees. If you're doing it, they'll charge you 3 rupees. These
so
are the
that is not my question. My question is today the resident is asking as an association to the association that are you liable to take my charges or I have to pay? Okay, so
No, no.
for
We
that,
already clarified on that, no, Ankit. We
means
told
I
the user fees is not there for bulk generators at all. It has to be taken off. And we have asked Revenue Department in the property tax form to take it off. They will look into it, and I have got some assurance that it will be done within 1 week. You give this message to your residents. And regarding who to choose for composting and all that, it is up to the MC. Each and each resident is going to. You are having housekeeping, collecting the waste to a central point, right? Being a big apartment, you people should MC should decide who to appoint, which whether you want to go for a private waste processor or you want to go for BSWML. That MC should decide. You can decide if you want to involve the residents. Please call a SWM and decide.
okay, so that's okay. So we are telling them don't pay. But if that window increases, that within 1 week, if they are not getting, let them pay, correct?
That's a choice they will have to make. As
Because
soon
it
as
is
they
just
get,
a rebate only, correct? That is
If
what
I
we
they
understand.
understand.
see,
Otherwise, it
it
is
may not see. I say they said 1 week. It may not work.
yes, definitely.
Happen in 1 week. If it is not happening in 1 week, they want to pay, let them pay. Then what you should do, suppose after say 20 days or so, they provide the button for exempting this, and but already people have paid. Then individually, say they have paid individually, so individually only they have to raise a letter to refund. What as the
Okay.
association you can do, you can collect everyone's refund letter and present it as a bulk. That you can do.
Yeah, and to add to that, as Ramesh had mentioned earlier, you have an option. You can ask your people who are in a hurry to pay. They can pay it in 2 tranches. That option is available. So 6 months, 6 months. So maybe pay for 6 months and then the other part when it gets enabled, you pay it. That's also an option. But if you ask me personally, I would say since there is a lot of confusion, it's best to tell them we are waiting for more information. That's it. as soon as we get any information, we will send out an advisory which you can share it with your residents. And
Yes, okay. The Satish mentioned there are three criteria. One is 100 kg per day, it is,
yes,
and then 5,000 square feet of what area is that?
square meters. Yes.
Built up area.
Built built up area of the flats or the common areas also?
No,
Flat.
no.
That
See,
is
Flat.
for that is normally for your hotels and hospitals and all. So there are three criteria mentioned in the bylaws of this policy.
SWM bylaw.
see, once, how many units do you have in your complex?
153.
You are already a bulk generator. That's all. Leave it at that.
No, I didn't get the criteria, but the 100 kg you said, correct? It's not 100 units.
Criteria, that is any of the three criteria, your criteria will come because it is crossing 100 units. That's all.
Okay, fine then so, okay. And then the problem that everyone mentioned is if you do in situ OWC, then there is a problem that when you generate bulk of the compost, it is very much difficult to sell. So what is the take on this
Yeah,
department?
we
Because
have
we cannot
already,
do it and
no,
keep it every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have already
yes,
raised this issue because this is a citywide problem, and this is something we've been, taking up for many years now. And BSWMN has said that they are tying up with
Karnataka Compost
yeah.
Corporation.
But the
So
same thing have come for treated water also, it never happened, and then again for this. But see, the thing is, we as an association spend money on doing in situ, and then we end up saying, okay, the thing is not in place, and then we spend so much of money, and then again we are obliged to pay 12 rupees. Correct? So waste everywhere it is.
there are clusters who have managed it. I think in HSR, etc. There are
Yeah, that
initiatives
was
which,
pilot
yeah,
projects, correct? And it never reaches to a bulk.
yeah. That's a
See, I think your cluster team has to take a call locally. In the cluster level, you can do a lot of things. BBMP Park want compost. A lot of other people want compost. I think you should start. You should not depend on the head, the BAF
No, I am not saying
central
BAF.
leadership to do this.
I'm not saying BAF. I'm saying
What we
that
have done in central leadership is we are trying to convince the government saying that this is the issue, which is a combos is the issue. There should be some buyback. So they said we'll work on it. We'll come back to you on this because this is we are doing last 4 years. It's not that today or yesterday we told this combos issue. Because combos is the issue we know. Even in the 110 villages where villages are around, a lot of farmlands are available. We don't have a capacity to go and deliver this compost. Somebody has to come and pick it up. Correct. So there should be a marketplace. So what we have suggested in our representation 2 days back is that government or this company is a profit or loss making entity, right? They should have a vision on this also. So what they told is they'll create a marketplace for compost.
a lot of this is work in progress. So unfortunately, we will have to wait for more clarification. Yes, it will take time, unfortunately.
Hey, I have one question to ask you.
before that, is it better that
I
we
not
will
put my
just
waving hands. Are you able to
Only
hear me?
one person per this one. Can you please, raise your hand so that we can ask a question and seriate them? There is no.
I mean,
yes,
I am yet
Mr.
to
G.
finish.
Narayanan.
Yes. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes,
Sure.
yes, please.
I just wanted to ask you whether any time BAF tested the legal validity of classifying apartment associations as a bulk producer of waste.
It's a Government of India classification.
So
No, I
environmental
agree.
laws are decided by the Environment Ministry, Government of India. State government doesn't have any role to play in policy making of the act. Act says this as bulk generator, there's a definition. And
I
that
agree.
definition has to be followed
I'm
by
not
government of
okay.
Karnataka and the
Fine.
BBMP or down the line, any
Agree.
municipality.
Yeah, my only question is, when I am paying individually a tax as a flat owner, I am not a bulk producer of waste. They combined all the pays, become a bulk producer of waste. Why do you distinguish that I should pay for a bulk producer when I am not producing waste on a bulk basis? My only question is, why not the tax be on the apartment basis, combined apartment, combined production of everything, and the tax be levied by the BBMP on the apartment, and we individually contributing the tax to the apartment, who in turn pays to the BBMP? Will it not be much better a sense than what we are doing now? Number question. And second question is, do we have the same kind of problem in other states where we keep discussing every year the property tax in such a length and so much of confusion added, removed, everything?
Can I answer? See, technically you may be right, but what happens is that somewhere this waste has to be handled. And by fighting like this, do you see the city becoming cleaner? Please consider that also. And what happens is the government also, to some extent, we must look at it that people who stay in apartments are considered to be a little more educated and little more sensitive. And we all talk of brand Bangalore and a lot of things. Are we not willing to contribute 1,200 rupees towards it per annum? This has to be seen in together. We can't just be shouting for everything and saying we won't be classified, we won't be doing anything. We may need to work together. That is my personal.
No. My question is very simple. Instead of classifying individual as a part of the bulk producer, charge the whole apartment as a bulk producer of waste. Accordingly, charge them. We will individually contribute to the association, who will in turn pay to this BBMP.
Sir, that is what is precisely happening. 1 second, please
You're
look
also
at
doing the same. You're
this
doing the
user
Why,
same.
fee.
why do I
Yes,
get to the problem that I paying a tax? I'm asking you, come and asking a question every time whether I am paying the right tax, when do I get a rebate,
sir,
whether I'm
1
bulk
second.
producer.
Sir, 1 second, please listen. Exactly the scheme is worded the same way. What we are talking of is as an association, you pay the user fee of 3 rupees per kg or 12 rupees. If you're doing everything properly, your property tax, you're getting a waiver of this solid waste management user fee. And that is what is being worked out, and the government, that is BBMP, has also agreed to work on it.
I don't know, until a few years back, in a state like Maharashtra, the property tax was part of the association or society which was paying it. That is not the individual who paid the property tax. Only very recently they again changed it and gone to the same confusion like what we are today.
There is no confusion. I think you're not understood. I think we'll take one-to-one, sir. You can leave your mobile number. We'll reach out to you, sir.
Next, Mr. Ashish.
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah, so just continuing on the previous discussion, I just want to know, you mentioned that if someone has paid the tax, then they can claim it back once the clarification comes. So whom to write? Do we have any details?
Ashish, we are not told that you can get it back. I'm sorry who has told this. It's clearly mentioned in the website. If you paid excess, you are not going to get it back. Okay, you can please do write to whoever possible, including Chief Commissioner. But there's no assurance that this money is going to come back. Okay, because website before logging in, it is telling that clearly any excess paid cannot get refund.
Okay. No, I thought in some previous discussion, I think Valli
Just to clarify
No,
that point, the
I
thing
had
is,
mentioned that you
yeah,
can try.
you can
can
write
try.
to your revenue department
Okay.
and ask for a refund. Again, you can request. Whether they will actually do it is another whole question. So that's the reason we said, okay, wait
I
till
mean,
you.
BAF can't guarantee. This is a way.
They don't have power, ma'am. Let us not get into it. Okay, anybody can write to commissioner and get clarity.
Yeah, because it is individual, no. Even
Right.
association can't do it.
Okay. No, no problem. I just thought because I heard something like it, so I just wanted to clarify.
Next, Kamish.
Yeah, so my question to Satish, you mentioned like regarding this composting marketplace, right? So did I hear correctly that you had made a representation again in last few days, 2 days, getting some assurance for the marketplace? Is that right? Did I just hear correctly?
Yeah, I'll explain again. See, the brand Bangalore garbage, there's a separate committee was there. Lot of deliberation happened, and that time also our representation was that you have to create a marketplace, because this is a separate company now as a utility for garbage, correct? Like Bescom or BWSSB. BWSSB also now we have a MOU that they have to take treated water. See, when they start taking water, that is a different question itself. But this compost, they have to take it back, because we are not the people to go around and sell this byproduct, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So they agreed principally that time also. And 2 days back when we met Mr. Harish Kumar, who's the CEO of the Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited, and incidentally, he's also Special Commissioner Finance who presented the budget. So he understood both the side of it, and he said he internally, this company will tie up with somebody else to create this marketplace. They are telling about there's a company in HSR or somewhere. What do you call that? Karnataka Compost Development Corporation or something like that. So let us not get into that level, because it is up to this new company of solid waste management to tie up with anybody to take this compost.
Perfect. Yeah, because many people in our cluster has reached out to me, since we are doing in situ composting for many years, and they are a little bit detrimental mode, because what they will do with those compost, right? Because the landscape area is not that much, right? And the same thing is we are facing all in the apartment. I think, yeah, we are in the right direction. I know we have been doing this representation for many years. Let's hope it something comes up there now. Thanks, Satish. I think I'm clear. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, Mr. Narayan. Ashish, you still have your hand up. So I'll go to Mr. Narayanan next, who has raised his hand. You have many more questions?
I think he has asked the question, no? We replied.
Yeah, he has asked the question already.
Yeah,
It's already
based on his question, there
12:30,
was one remark by Mr. Suresh Narayanan. He mentions that GST complications if we shift to that component to association and CAMP.
No, you are talking about solid waste management, the Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited. They are exempted from GST by the government of India. As a special circular was there 2 years back, because they are part of the Swachh Bharat initiative. So there is no GST for whatever you do. But suppose you are going to give the waste to a private processing unit like Asirudala, there will be GST. So there is a differentiation, because the government company who's processing waste is exempted by special order for the GST.
I think that brings us to the end of the session. It's already 12:30. Thank you all for waiting for such a long time, and I hope this was a very fruitful discussion.
Sandhya?
Yeah.
Absolutely great one.
Yeah, Sandhya, will this be published? Will a recording of this be published?
Yeah.
Yes,
This recording will be on YouTube, so you can go through it at any time. Yes, I do agree that there are a lot of unknowns and a lot of clarifications which is required. So rest assured, the moment we get more clarifications, we will be putting out advisories. And in terms of whether how to manage your waste, wet waste, etc., you have the Kalika Kendra, and I would request you to use your clusters collective information to arrive at better solutions. I think this is where clusters will play an important part. If we can engage with other associations, see how they are managing their waste, we can leverage on each other's experiences.
Thank you so much. It was a great session, team.
Thank you very much.
We have
tomorrow
a session coming up 3 o'clock. And
yes.
if you are not registered, please do register.
3:30.
On 3:30.
3:30 p.m.
That is on. Yeah.
Same.
Arun, you can tell about it.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a session at 3:30 p.m. on 13th of April, Sunday. This is on rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharge, a very important subject for our long-term water sustainability future. Please do register, please do join, please do implement these systems, rainwater harvesting, groundwater recharge. And on 27th, we will have another webinar, BAF Parihara Session, that is on segregating gray water and black water so that you can save on your power bills while at the same time, making water, easily treatable. So please join in. The registration link for tomorrow is open. It will shut soon. And 27th will be opened up after tomorrow's session. And we have also run a campaign called BAF Aqua Aware, a month-long campaign where various people, residents, managing committees can participate in water conservation efforts. Please do participate in that also. We'll send you the links for joining each of these are available in your cluster groups. But to all registrants, we will send these as well. Thank you. Back to you, Satish.
Thank you so much for your patience. I think we had a good session today. But anything is required more, you can write to us, and we'll be more than willing to help you. Thank you.
Thank you.